Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a guest bathroom makeover, and I want to share with you guys how my bathroom went from looking like this to this. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you enjoy this type of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And for all my existing subscribers, welcome back, you guys. So guys, I'm super excited to be sharing this video with you all today. This bathroom makeover was such a huge transformation, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get started with this makeover. This bathroom is pretty small in size, and as you guys can see, is pretty dark and gloomy. I do want to share that in this particular area here by the vanity, there used to be a larger or a longer vanity here, and when I removed it, it actually took off some of the drywall. So I am going to be patching up the drywall and building custom shelves in this little small space. Now, it's been pretty difficult to actually create these shelves for this space because it's only about 7 inches wide. So the majority of the work I did, I had to do it off camera, but I pretty much gave you guys step-by-step instructions, so it should be pretty easy to follow. Okay, so right here I'm actually prepping this space to be sanded and primed. And first I'm just getting off all the rough edges and just trying to get as much of the loose debris as I can before actually sanding it. So you all may notice that it's a little difficult getting in between this little narrow space with my hand. I was lucky that I was able to get the sander back here, but this was a pretty tight squeeze. So guys, because this space is so small and it doesn't have a whole lot of ventilation, I had to make sure to wear my safety gear, my eye goggles, as well as several masks, just to kind of protect myself from the debris. Alright guys, so after prepping my drywall, I actually was trying to figure out the best primer to use. So I did a lot of research on YouTube, and a lot of the contractors actually suggested the Ben primer, as you can see here. And apparently this is the best primer to use, especially when you've had some damage to your drywall. And it actually it soaks up in the drywall really well and adheres to the drywall, allowing your paint to go on pretty smooth. So I actually applied 2 coats of this primer. I waited maybe about 1.5 hours to 2 hours in between each coat. So after applying this primer, I actually didn't paint until the next day, but as you guys can see here, the primer went on pretty smooth. It was pretty thin, but like I said before, I only used about 2 coats of this primer, and I painted the next day. So right here, guys, I'm actually building a wainscoting panel. This is actually the third one that I've built in my home, but each one has a different design. So this one that I'm building is pretty typical of the ones that you see in most homes, but I'm going to add a special feature to this one because I want to do something just a little bit differently to give it a little bit more character. And you guys will see the final look of that towards the end. So the color that I'm using in my bathroom is called Silver Bullet by Bear. This is a light gray color, and I pretty much have this color throughout my entire home. I absolutely love this color simply because it makes any small space seems a lot larger. And with this bathroom, guys, as you guys can see here, the color that I previously had on the wall was a darker gray color. And so you can already see the difference that this light gray paint is already starting to make. And so it took me about 2 coats of this paint, and it dried pretty quickly. I think I painted like about 2 hours in between each coat. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is adding just a little bit more character to this bathroom by including picture frames. So I've already completed one, and I'm going to be placing another one right above the toilet, and also I'm going to be placing another one by the door. So as you guys can see here, I've already cut my trim. I've cut them at 45-degree angles, and I'm just going to kind of show you guys how this is going to lay together. And I pretty much use my hand miter saw to cut these pieces. You don't really need an electrical saw for something like this. However, if you would prefer one, that's fine, but a miter hand saw would do the trick just fine. Okay, so I want to show you guys how I'm nailing this trim into place. I'm using my Ryobi nail gun. So it's pretty simple. You guys just place the angles together and just nail it in place. And of course you can do this with a nail and a hammer, but having the nail gun just makes it a lot more easier and a lot more efficient as well. So this is probably the most tedious part of any project, is caulking. The one benefit to caulking is that it makes any project look seamless. Once you've actually coated it, you won't be able to see any of the nail holes or the gaps in between the boards, and it just has such a beautiful finish. Alright, now I'm about to go ahead and start building these custom shelves for this small space in between the vanity and the wall. And the first thing I did was I went ahead and cut my support beams for the shelves, and so the longer pieces are going to go to the left side of the wall and the smaller pieces are simply going to go in the back. And I'll show you guys what that looks like as well. So it was pretty easy putting the smaller pieces on the back of the wall. I simply just used the drill to screw in each of the screws, but with the longer pieces, I went ahead and pre-drilled the holes and also started inserting the screws because I had to manually screw these screws into the wall because I couldn't get the drill in between the space. So I wanted to quickly give you guys an example of how I built my shelves. I basically just bought an 8-foot board that was about 7.5 inches in width, and just bought like another board that was about 3 inches in width to use to cut as the lip to put in front of the board, and this is basically what it looked like. Okay, and so in terms of the stain, I actually mix my stains together to get the desired color that I wanted. And I typically do this for most of my projects that I stain. But here's the finished result. So after completing the shelves, I just placed them on top of the support beams, and then I used my nail gun and nailed them in place to the support beam. And so here you guys go. This is the end result of the shelves. Here's a look at the paint color that I used for the Wainscoting panel. It's by Cheryl Williams. It's in the color Ultra White, and this paint was already pre-made. And as you guys can see, it turned out beautiful. I absolutely love the way this looks. I will say that it took me several coats of the paint, probably around 3 or 4 coats, but it was well worth it. If you guys are interested in these towel hooks, I'll have it linked down in the description, but I actually purchased these hooks from Amazon. And you will also notice that I've painted the picture frames on the wall, so everything is completed. And so now it's just time to go ahead and finish up the last minute details before we start decorating. So I shopped all around for double-sided black shower hooks and literally could not find them anywhere. So I decided to grab an old can of Rust-Oleum paint in the color Ultra Matte and decided to paint my existing shower hooks, and I think they turned out great. So right quickly, I want to give you guys a quick rundown of the items I will be using to decorate, and then also to remind you that anytime I do a makeover or a DIY project, I'm always trying to do these projects on a budget. So I always have a tendency to shop my home first, but I just want to share with you where I purchased some of these items. So the little glass containers, these are actually plastic containers with the little tops. These came from Amazon, and then the one with the little bamboo top actually came from Goodwill for $2.50, and it was 3 in a pack. So now this beautiful marble trash can is really heavy actually. This came from Roses for $14.99, and this beautiful marble tray, I actually saw it first at Walmart and bought it for $11.99, and then went to the Dollar General, and what do you know, it was at the Dollar General for $6. So of course I took the one back at Walmart. So I just want to mention that I didn't end up using all of these items in the bathroom makeover. I only used what I needed. Anything additional, I'll just use for another project. So these towels, this is the Sonoma brand. These actually came from Kohls. And this beautiful braided rug actually came from Ross. And as you guys can see, this was only $7.99. In addition to that, these towels from Kohls, the hand towel was around $13 and the bath towel was $17.99, and I also had a coupon. These white bath towels just came from Walmart. They were the basic brand at Walmart. These faux plants came from the Family Dollar for $5 each, and let me just say, I thought it was such a good buy finding these faux plants, the one that hang low. Because they're so expensive whenever you go anywhere else to find them. This beautiful little faux plant arrangement actually came from Goodwill, and as you guys can see, I only paid 95 cents for this, so I thought this was a super buy basically. Also, I got these 2 shelves from Walmart. They came 2 in a pack. This was around $14 as well, so I thought this was a pretty decent buy. This picture, they came 3 in a pack. This also came from the Family Dollar for $5. I only ended up using one of those pictures, by the way. Now this little towel holder, you guys, when I went on Amazon to look for this was around $20 to $25. And as you guys can see, I only paid $7.99, and this came from Burlington. This picture came from Big Lots. It was originally $12, and I paid $7.48 for it. And all of these items here are items that I already had in my home. Be true. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. If this is the type of content that you find interesting, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you really love this makeover, then don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. By the way, my name is Carolina, and on this channel, you can expect to find DIY home renovations, yard makeovers, decorate with me's, clean with me's, and so much more. So I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye now.